Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to talk about the IKEA Maze. Have you ever gone to the IKEA store and came back with loads of things in your cart when you plan to buy just a few things? It's not an accident, it's a design by the IKEA store. The IKEA signature store design, a gigantic one way labyrinth, is engineered to subtly steer your brain. You cannot just pop in and out. To reach the exit, you must follow the entire circuit. Along the way, you pass every display, showroom, and bargain bin. This forces wider exposure, whereas a normal store shows up shoppers 33% of its stores, IKEA's herd shoppers past its entire catalog. By the time you even pick a shopping cart, you've mentally considered dozens of items. In short, the layout is a shopping trap. The only way out is to go through a long way. There are plenty of psychological triggers that IKEA has put in this maze of a shopping experience. They have planned a lot of psychological hooks to keep you hooked. One of them is called the scarcity effect. People value things that seem rare to them. At IKEA, this plays out as a false scarcity. You know you won't be able to walk back to the maze later when you see an appealing item on the cart. You're just inclined to put it in the cart because you don't want to backtrack. In other words, if you don't grab it right now, you may miss out on the product itself. The second psychological trigger that IKEA has used is called the decision fatigue. IKEA bombards you with thousands of choices, creating a decision fatigue, which tells us that as the number of choice grows, our decision-making quality declines. IKEA's decision fatigue trap is so well entertained that they put in front of you thousands of options, and the things that you wanted to take your home, the things that were on your list, are now befuddled and put behind your brain. Exhausted brains stop carefully weighing options and instead grab whatever feels easy or satisfying. This cognitive overload can even make shoppers anxious or overwhelmed. So they default to quick buys or the first acceptable option they see. The third bias that they have created is called commitment and consistency. Once you invest even a little, you feel psychologically committed to either purchase or build that thing. IKEA's build your own furniture is a classic example for giving the consumers the commitment and the consistency that they require you. The fourth feature that we're going to talk about is called the Gruen Effect, named after the architect called Victor Gruen, the king of shopping malls. The Gruen Effect is as follows. When you enter a shopping mall, the Victor Gruen figured out that if you structure the shopping mall like a maze, people often forget what they came for. In the IKEA store design also places the same value. What they try to do is confuse you with the architecture that they've placed so that you get confused about the shopping list that you came for. This tricks shoppers into a suggestible state. IKEA truly mastered the Gruen effect. As one expert put it, the layout makes you forget the original reason you came. Another notes that in the maze you're surrounded by nothing but ever-changing fantasies of what your life could be like. It's like we can go through a magazine advertisement and pick up the dishes, sit on the couch, etc. etc. The combo of no clear goal and ever novel displays turns you into an impulse buyer. IKEA store and displays have unique techniques to make you buy and keep you there for a long time. Have you ever came out of an IKEA store in 10 minutes like a grocery store? No, that's because of a reason. One way route. There's generally no shortcut in the IKEA store. This is not an accident, it's by design. What IKEA wants you to do is go through a one step structure where you go through the entire section and entire range of the IKEA store. Once you see that entire range, it's very unlikely that you won't buy things that are not on your list. The one way out is through checkout at the end. This engineered path ensures you see everything and never know what's around the next turn. So you keep walking, you keep buying, and that's how they let you in this one way path route structure. Realistic room scenes. IKEA's model rooms are arranged exactly like real homes. What they want you to do is notice a sofa or a carpet that belongs in your furniture and home and then makes your brain wander off to think that your sofa and carpet could match with the said sofa or carpet in the room. The idealization of that room makes you want to buy things that matches and have an adjacency effect that is very nearly in display to you. As one analyst put it, shoppers get lost in that maze, are then surrounded by the visions of a better life, ever changing fantasies of what your life could be like, making nearly everything feel desirable. Strategic psychological cues, mirrors, lighting, and products all prime you. Shoppers catching that reflection in a nicely lit dining room begin to see themselves in that lifestyle. IKEA stuffs your crates with different things so that you can imagine yourself in certain surroundings and living the life you have much desired. Food court and rest stops. IKEA's famous meatballs are one of the best selling strategy that IKEA has ever made. It has often been noted IKEA purchasers who eat at the restaurant often buys twice the amount of items than customers who do not eat at the IKEA stops. A quick meal resets you for another round of shopping. Another important thing that you notice is limited exits and checkout templation. What they do is that they put the exits in the end of the maze and put the checkouts in the end of the maze. So what you do is you always go through the set pattern and see almost the entirety of the store. This will automatically perk up your brain to buy things that are not in your shopping list. This clever formula is applied globally with local tweaks. For example, in India, IKEA introduced the items such as samosa, etc., to give Indian people a taste of their own palate. In US, IKEA moved away from their long-standing centimeter meter system to queen and king bed sizes. These local tweaks helps them keep shoppers in their regional surroundings. There's also cultural tweaks that IKEA does that often go very well in the particular area. All these tactics have real effects on our minds. After a long IKEA trip, decision fatigue can set in. Our brain's decision making quality drops after making so many choices. Psychologists warn that overwhelming selection can make shoppers anxious and exhausted. It's no wonder roughly half of retail purchases are unplanned. And at IKEA, that number jumps to an astonishing number of 60%. So, next time when you head into that big blue store, remember you aren't the only one doing the shopping. IKEA's environment is quietly shopping you. Every twist and choice is by design. Are you ready to beat the maze? Will you stick to your list this time? Or will IKEA plan your cart this time? Thank you so much for watching.